Hyrule Warriors on Wii U was my first real foray into the Warriors series. Sure, I tried a Warriors game a long time ago, but I didn't understand what it was all about, so I played it for like 15 minutes and then gave up. With Hyrule Warriors though, I really took the time to grasp the concept, and once I did, I got sucked into it. I might not have spent as much time as some hardcore fans out there, since it is a huge time sink, but the game did certainly hook me, especially with everything in it being themed after Zelda. So, when it was announced that an updated version of Hyrule Warriors with new features was coming to the Nintendo 3DS, I was definitely intrigued. When a game sucks up a lot of hours, like RPGs, I prefer to have them in a portable fashion, and that was the case with Hyrule Warriors. Being able to frolic through the thousands upon thousands of enemies in Hyrule Warriors on the go just seemed like a dream come true. And it was, because Hyrule Warriors Legends is a superb game that, dare I say, may even supersede its Wii U counterpart. Now, if you did play a ton of Hyrule Warriors on Wii U and saw pretty much everything I had to offer, well, you're gonna be replaying a lot of the same stuff here, since it's more akin to an updated port. All of the previous DLC comes bundled with Legends, so the extra characters like Tingle, the new adventure mode maps, and DLC costumes are included here for no additional cost, which in the end saves you a good chunk of change. What is brand spanking new though are the 5 additional characters and new missions not found in the Wii U version. These include Tetra, King of Hyrule, Toon Link, Skull Kid, Linkle, and a handful of story missions centered around the Wind Waker universe and the original and totally spectacular Linkle character. Seriously, she's a beast. Even though the brand new content doesn't take too long to get through, it is a delight to see, especially the Wind Waker side of Zelda, with locations and music from that game being reimagined in a wonderful way. One of my favorite songs from Wind Waker, which is Molgara's theme, gets a remix in Legends, and they nail it. The Linkle missions on the other hand, while a blast to play, aren't as wholly original as the Wind Waker ones, as they reuse maps from other missions. Adding to the already monster-sized cast of fighters, the new characters are a ton of fun to use, each one totally different from the other in terms of their movesets and how they handle. With so many characters to choose from, they won't get old. Linkle is hands down my favorite addition though, as she's both quick and wields 2 deadly crossbows that can hit enemies from a greater distance. She even has a sweet special move that switches your view to a first-person perspective, as you send out a volley of arrows and juggle all those baddies in your line of sight. Like I said, she's a beast. But those new characters and missions aren't the only thing being added here to the 3DS version, as some very noteworthy tweaks have been made to the gameplay that makes going back to the original Wii U version a bit tougher. For one, most missions in the story mode, and even some missions in the adventure mode, now allow you to switch between multiple characters during battle. By simply tapping their character portraits on the touchscreen, you'll zoom over to their position on the map and take control of them. You can even touch the map and make the characters you're not currently using target a certain area or enemy, so that it frees you up to complete other objectives. Why is this tweak so fantastic? Well, it shaves off a lot of time you would usually spend running around the map with one character, as having 2, 3, or even 4 characters at the ready covers more ground. Plus, it also helps with alleviating some of the tediousness of battles, as switching back and forth between characters with completely different movesets helps keep things fresh. The only complaint I have here is that the AI isn't all that great when you tell them to target a certain area or enemy. Sometimes they'll listen to you and go there immediately, and other times they'll get sidetracked and not follow directions, which can be quite frustrating. When it does work correctly though, it's quite the awesome feature. The other sweet tweak to the gameplay is the new Ocarina Item that is used in conjunction with the owl statues that are sometimes found peppered throughout the map during missions. Just as utilizing multiple characters helps shave off time spent running around the map, so too does the Ocarina, as it allows you to instantly teleport to any activated owl statue on the map. These profound tweaks seriously add a lot to Hyrule Warriors Legends, as I remember not being a big fan of all the running that had to be done in the Wii U version. The last major addition to Legends is the feature called My Fairy. This allows you to find and befriend fairies in adventure mode, and have them aid you in said mode. You can feed them to level them up, teach them new skills, and find new articles of clothing for them to wear to increase their proficiency in battle. It's not as much of a game changer as the previous tweaks I mentioned, but it does add some extra depth to the gameplay, and they can honestly be pretty helpful at times when trying to clear out keeps. Plus, it just means more stuff to collect on top of the absurd amount of collectibles already present in Legends, which is what captivates me most about the game. Now, the iffiest thing about Legends that is going to turn off a lot of players is its performance. The problem is mostly with owners of the original line of the Nintendo 3DS, but owners of the new 3DS don't escape problems either. I personally don't have my original 3DS XL anymore, so I haven't gotten to try the game on one, but I've seen videos of Legends being played on the original 3DS model, and boy does it chug. Outside of cutscenes, it will run at a near 20 frames per second, which is an unacceptable way to experience a game. I played Legends on a new 3DS XL though, so I can attest to it running pretty darn smoothly at 30 frames per second. Really, the only time the game will slow down on the new 3DS is when you turn the 3D effect on, but there's not much need for the 3D effect anyways. So when it comes down to it, it's gonna be all chop suey if you play Legends on an OG 3DS, but you'll have a grand old time and smooth experience on a new 3DS, just without the 3D effect on. The soundtrack, on the other hand, is all around stellar, with a host of remixes of classic Zelda tunes and even some original ones. Pretty much every track in this game has a rock/metal vibe to it that really captures the fast-paced nature of Hyrule Warriors. The only gripe I had with the audio of the game was with some of the obnoxious noises a couple of the characters make. Tinkle, on one hand, generates this annoying hooting sound every second while he is running, and the King of Hyrule makes an irritating grunt constantly while fighting. Tinkle is by far the worst offender though, which is ironic considering he was kinda made to be an annoying character. The silver lining is though that they're fun to battle with, so just try to drown out their stupid noises. Overall, while it does have a few kinks here and there, namely its performance issues on the original 3DS, Hyrule Warriors Legends is a fantastic port that I found more enjoyment in than its Wii U counterpart, especially with its time-saving gameplay tweaks. Sure, the visuals might not be as spiffy as the HD goodness found on Wii U, but the more cel-shaded graphics they went with here honestly look rather pleasing. Plus, having all of the previous DLC included for free here, and the portability factor for a measly $40 is quite the steal, considering the Wii U version runs for about $50 to $60 without the DLC. So, with that in mind, guys and gals, and having reviewed the game on a new 3DS XL, I found Hyrule Warriors Legends to be an amazing game. But that will bring us to the end of this review, and if you liked what you saw, please give this video a thumbs up, add it to your favorites, and all that good stuff. And you can stay tuned for more videos in the future. But I will talk to you later in the next video, guys. Bye!